So my journey was I actually was a financial advisor for most of my 20s. 9/11 was a defining moment, not so much personally. I mean, I knew people certainly in the towers, but that's not really when I say 9/11. I don't. I'm not trying to claim stolen valor there or anything. It's really was just like a wake up call. If anything else, like what am I doing? This wasn't loving what I was doing. And then two planes flying to buildings, the markets crash. You don't know what to tell your investors, and I just felt like everything that I was taught was meaningless. I think I'm not trying to beat the stock market up too much, but at the end of the day, unless you're on the inside, it's kind of a casino, for the average guy. I mean, look, nothing wrong with dollar cost averaging in your 401ks and everything like that, and dabbling in the market. I certainly have a percentage of my portfolio still in it, but you really can't control what's going on, and like you can in real estate. You can't. It's hard to really make decisions that you really have control over. So, and again, in the back of my head was real estate. I somehow wanted to get in real estate. It was actually that week of 9/11. The markets were closed all week. My buddy and I had nothing to do, and we belonged to a golf club, and we were playing golf that week, and just probably having some drinks and shooting shit. And so, who are the two wealthy? We were both not happy with where we were. I was like, well, who are the wealthiest people we know, and how do we, be like them, right? And for me, it was the two wealthiest people I knew, not like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, but I know, and they know me. We're both in real estate. One was a developer, and one was owned multifamily. And I just thought, that's where my passion is. That's where I got to start that journey somehow. But it didn't start right away, and you never know. And so anyway, go back to work. As a financial advisor, still the markets reopened. I was always someone who worked multiple jobs. So I was a bartender too. So my day job was financial advisor. Thursdays and Saturdays I bartended, and the bar I worked at was a Villanova college bar, and it got shut down just for too many violations. The owners weren't very very astute with what was going on, and they closed down. But they wanted to reopen as more of a bar and restaurant. So they came to me and said, "Would you want to do this?" And they backed me, and I raised money. And I'm looking at you two guys, and I think when I said bar and restaurant, your faces lit up, and I'm like, that's how I felt too. It's like every young guy thinks like that's part of the path of our progress in life if we have that opportunity. And the bar part's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's the restaurant part, the operations of the place that'll kill you. And that's what ultimately sunk me. I knew how to run the entire front of the house. I knew nothing about the kitchen, and the kitchen killed me. So, I had outsourced it to a chef to run it all, thinking, oh, this would be great. He knows what he's doing, but he doesn't care. He's not the owner. And the profits were walking out the back door, not out the front door, and, not out bellies in the front door, but out the back door. So, it was quite a learning experience. Maybe, probably learned more in that year that I owned it than anything else I did.